I think that's awesome. So what new initiatives have YouthQuest
Hmm.
implemented this year, and what education and skills have students and parents expressed interest in learning prior to this year?
Okay, so one thing we're proud of, again, is that we were able to provide services for our students and our families in that remote space, even though we didn't see them face to face. We had some sites had hybrid to where they had face to face and they had virtual. Others had like, if you didn't want to connect at all, we had like home learning kits, where you could completely unplug. We had pre-recorded sessions. So if you couldn't join us at the regular time, it was self-paced and you could join us when it was convenient for you. So that was something that I thought was amazing. And we found that we were able to connect with a lot more middle school and high school students by offering those opportunities. So even though we're returning face to face, we're still going to offer some virtual opportunities this year for learning, for entrepreneurship, and for STEM, because we want to prepare kids for those 21st century careers through virtual online learning platforms. What we were hearing from families, is that they just wanted us to meet them where they were. So again, those multiple connections became really important. Even though we couldn't see our families face to face, we had family events that were online. We had coffee chats with parents. We had check-ins with kids. And then when it was safe, we did things like we had a huge movie event. We rented out the whole drive-in twice over COVID. So
Yeah.
our families could come in and have a socially distanced but still connected, time to spend with those adults they were used to seeing every day. Kids could see their peers. It was phenomenal. So what we were hearing is, parents just wanted us to meet them where they were. So there was no judgment on our part at all if you didn't want to connect virtually, or if you were feeling unsure about coming back to school. We were just like, hey, what do you need for us to give your students access to our program?
Do a
So I
lot
think that was the biggest lesson we learned too.
uh, do a lot of your ideas or programming come from parent recommendations, the things that they want to see their kids learn that maybe they haven't had a chance to learn, or things like that?
Yeah. So we're very data driven. It's important to have that anecdotal data, those stories from parents. Hey, that was really cool when you did that. But we need to have qualitative and quantitative data. So, in addition to, looking at student grade outcomes, we make sure we survey parents, we survey students, we survey teachers, we survey our staff. And from all of that aggregate data, it helps us to see where maybe the gaps are in our program. What are we doing well that we need to continue? What do we need to expand? So we try to be very data driven and very strategic in what we're offering our students. And again, youth voice is very important as well. Yes, what the parents want is important. We're here to serve the kids first and foremost. So even within the programs, we make sure we're talking to our kids. What is it that you would like to see? After we work with a partner, we have surveys. What did you like about that particular, partner? What did you learn? Would you recommend this to your friends? I think that tells you the most about whether a kid really enjoyed something is, would you tell your friend to come and be a part of this program?
Right. So
Yeah.
what's one of the things that students share with you guys as far as what they wanted to see this year, different about the program or new?
Yeah. So another thing we were really proud of, Flint Community Schools hadn't been able to provide driver's education since 2014. And we were hearing that a lot, excuse me, from families and from students that, hey, we would love for driver's ed to come back. So through our partnership with Flint Community Schools, GM, and United Way, we were able to offer over 24 Flint area students the opportunity to begin earning their driver's license this summer. And 100% of those students passed segment one. That's an important milestone for kids. I think some families take it for granted, driver's education, but sometimes transportation is an issue for our parents. So they may not be able to get their kids to driver's ed every day, or it could be a financial issue, to where they can't afford that, price tag that's hundreds of dollars. Not only that, driving, can help you be more marketable, in the workforce. So we listened, we heard what those students were saying, and we sought out, funding, and we partnered with Flint Community Schools, On the Move Driving School, United Way, GM, and we were able to provide those kids with free driver's ed. And I'm happy to say that GM was very excited about our results, and they're going to be funding us for another year.
Oh, wow.